Hello and welcome to Cat Studio. Today we have a really fun Christmas ornament. It's a gingerbread house and I have a template that will be available in the description. You can print that off. Hopefully that works out for you. So let's get started with our clay. And the first thing you want to do is, and this is Model Magic clay, you're going to have to warm that stuff up a little bit. And then I just kind of squish it down a little bit to be about this size, and I put it on my template underneath here, and I have one that I've already cut out just so when I roll my clay out that I get it about that size. Take our rolling pin and roll it about 1/4 of an inch thick, is about how thick I usually make mine. And I have guards on my rolling pin so that I don't roll it too thin. You don't want these thin because then they might, be too curled up later on. So here we have that about the right size. You lay your template on top of your clay and you take a pen. This is how I do it. You could just cut this out just like that if you wanted to with your craft knife. I will just go in and lightly draw this out with my pen. And my pen is barely touching the clay. Yeah, there you go. Just draw it out. And then I just take a pair of scissors and cut that out. Usually I go on the other side of the pen line, but oops. And then move that clay away because it will stick right back to itself. And then just trim all this away, either with your scissors or your craft knife, whichever is more comfortable for you. We'll be right back with one that I've already done. It's already dry, and we'll start painting and decorating. While your clay is still wet, you want to go ahead and poke a hole for where you want to hang this at. And go from the front and the back. Kind of pushes that loose clay back in. And then set that off to dry on a piece of parchment paper. So here I have one that's dry, and you can see it's a slight bit smaller, not too much. Maybe 1/4 inch up here. I'm not worried about that. So let's grab our paint. And what I have today is caramel, classic caramel apple barrel, and a folk art cinnamon. Let's try that and see how it looks. And I just have a little bit of cinnamon added to that classic caramel. And then let's just paint this out quickly. I always do my edges first so that I don't have to touch that later. And 2 coats of paint is usually what I do here to make sure it is covered. We'll worry about the back later. Paint out the front. Set that down to finish. And I will dry that and put another coat of paint on and dry that as well. And I'll be right back. Should take me just a few minutes. Okay, we're back with the dried gingerbread house cutout of clay, and we're going to put a piece of popsicle stick on the back, and I've already pre-drilled a hole with my Dremel tool. And we're going to pop that on right at the top just to ensure that when we put our string in, we're not going to pull it all the way through the clay, because this clay does remain flexible when it's dry. So let's take a little bit of glue and glue that down. I don't have any hot glue today, so we're just going to go with the craft glue. And that will stick real well to this clay. I just want to make sure I'm in the right spot. And press that down. And we'll paint that out later once we decorate, after we decorate. And I was going to use the matte finish. I did use the glossy finish on this, and I can't decide. I think I'll go with the glossy again. It's called Shiny Brilliance by Tulip. It's the puffy paint. And let's get started with that. And I do have sort of a plan. I kind of drew up what I'm thinking on the back of my template. Something a little bit different. We'll see how I like it. We can always add to it if we're not, happy with how it turns out. So I'm gonna start with this part. I'm gonna definitely do the same thing here. So how I start that is I just go in and put my tube right there, and I just kind of push it and pull it to the top. And then the other side as well. And I put quite a good glob down on the bottom and then start going up. Yeah, it's beautiful. So now I'm going to put a circle here. See how I do with that. I have a circle cutter. Well, let's just freehand it. What the heck? Actually, let's do dots in a circle. Let's see if I can manage that. That's pretty good. That's supposed to be a wreath. So let's start from this section here. And go like so. All right, I think that worked out really well. Not going to put the dots in though, like I have here, too close to my wreath. Then let's do the door. I'm trying not to breathe because I don't want to ruin it. Oops. A little smudge over here. And this paint does have a tendency to leave peaks. It's just the nature of the beast. And then put some dots down here. And this side. A little doorknob. I think that's it. And then let's do a little snow on the chimney. Like so. I actually want a little snow across the bottom, so let's kind of do that. There we go. There's our gingerbread house ornament. And a little bit more here. Hopefully don't ruin it. The gingerbread house is decorated now, and now all we have to do is let it dry and then tie it up. Well, paint the back of it is what I'm going to do once it's dry, and then put the string in to hang it on the tree. And here's a few that I've already made with all kinds of different ideas for decorating. I don't know that they're any good, but they look good hanging on the tree. I just took them off the tree to show you guys how they looked. And you just paint the back out. And this popsicle stick I left long, which is something you could do to help support the clay. Or you could do the short piece like I did there. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and in the comments, in the description, and print this template out so you can make your own. It's 2 1/4 by 4 inches approximately. A little bit smaller once it's dried up. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you try to make a whole bunch of these. Have a great holiday season. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share this out with your friends, and I'll see you in the next video.